Gentlemen, orders. It looks like we're up against an entrenched mechanized infantry battalion occupying high ground, overlooking a valley to our northwest. Time is of the essence here. We will start with understanding what we're up against using the COPT method of the combat estimate. As a reminder, COPT stands for cover, obstacles, positions of fire, positions of observation, enemy, and distance. The enemy in the vicinity of objective link has the advantage of controlling high ground, overlooking a valley, with excellent line of sight. First, we will look at cover. From where we are currently in our tactical assembly area, the map indicates in light blue the areas we deem to be under cover from direct fire, especially to our southwest. This terrain will allow us to shake out into battle formations before getting to our first phase line beach. While the southern approach provides the longest amount of cover, we would leave 3 platoon vulnerable from a likely counter-moves attack from objective India. Next, we will look at obstacles. Note the areas marked with single hash lines indicating partially restrictive terrain, and double hash lines indicating very restrictive terrain. The wooded areas by our tactical assembly areas, while providing us cover, will also force us into canalizing terrain, as we make our way to waypoints Alpha and Bravo. As we approach objective link, the steep incline and wooded zones surrounding the objective will force us into potential deadly funnels. We will use smoke to mask our advance through the most vulnerable approaches, while suppressing the enemy at the objective with artillery. We will let close air support handle any armored concentrations. Do also note the large open area west of the small village, at the center of the map. This terrain not only overlooks the valley with excellent line of sight, but also supports the rapid maneuver of tracked vehicles, both ours and the enemy's. Moving on to positions of fire. 2 and 4 platoon. The map indicates locations based on elevation and best line of sight to establish our fire base. 1 and 3 platoon. The red markers indicate the locations the enemy is likely to use to maximize the use of their anti-tank guided missile capabilities. This will be an uphill battle, gentlemen. Next, positions of observation. These positions marked in blue and red goose eggs correspond with the most advantageous positions of fire. As mentioned earlier, the enemy has the advantage of holding high ground, with large arcs of overlapping fire zones, and their systems can reach out and touch us from where they sit as soon as we cross the line of departure. So what are we up against, exactly? Intelligence reports suggest we are up against a mechanized infantry battalion of unknown effective strength. Some intelligence reports indicate this battalion is reinforced with a tank company. This order of battle shows the doctrinal strength of a typical Soviet-style reinforced mechanized infantry battalion. We do not know the exact combat effectiveness of the battalion to our front. We do not know at this stage if this specific battalion is supported by any more artillery than it normally would have, which is a battery of self-propelled 2S1. We also have scant intelligence on any advanced rest screens, or attack aviation and/or rotary wing support. Moving on to the enemy. Note the assessed disposition of the enemy mech battalion. While they are constrained by terrain to limit their maneuver, once the enemy figures out our main axis of advance, they will likely try to box us into kill zone Alpha as depicted on the map, and trigger a destroy task for their attached tank company, or counter-moves force. It is not known at this time which avenue of approach the enemy counter-moves will take. Without knowing the location of the tank tactical assembly area, this will likely end up being a meeting engagement. The terrain does lend to the assessment the enemy will use the northern approach. Stay vigilant, and use close air support as needed. We cannot stay still for too long, and we have the advantage of maneuver, at least until we get close to objective link. Finally, let's look at distance factors. Note the overall distance to the main objective. From where we stand right now, the approach is approximately 4 kilometers. Of greatest concern during the approach will be the ability for the enemy to use their 9M111 anti-tank guided missile teams to great effect thanks to long lines of sight. From where they are currently entrenched, they can reach out and touch us as early as waypoint Bravo. The anti-tank guided missile squads BMP are our main targets as we push toward objective link. They are likely to focus on our armor, leaving 3 platoon for easy pickings if they are successful. Any questions so far? No. Good. Moving on to our forces. At first glance, we look to be at a significant disadvantage, with a mechanized company up against an entrenched mechanized battalion with reinforcing armor. That being said, our technological advantage and terrain will even the odds. Lima Company is armor-heavy, with additional punch from our M901 TOW systems. 3 platoon. You will be vulnerable on the approach. 1, 2 and 4 platoons. will ensure the enemy is rendered combat ineffective before you take objective link. We have 3 avenues of approach we can choose from. In order to avoid a direct confrontation with the mechanized anti-tank guided missile teams and other long-range assets, one platoon will take the southern masking its movement using the valley and attacking the objective area from the south. Mission: Lima Company will seize objective link through a southern approach to deny the enemy key terrain north of critical ground lines of communication. I say again, Lima Company will seize objective link through a southern approach to deny the enemy key terrain north of critical ground lines of communication. Execution scheme of maneuver. This mission will be conducted in 4 phases. Phase 1. One platoon will advance to Waypoint Alpha at Phase Line Beach. Rest of Lima Company will follow and support. Phase 2. One platoon will clear to Phase Line Towel along the southern corridor, hooking through the valley and clearing south to north toward objective link. One platoon will be prepared to destroy the enemy tank company based on contact reports. 2 and 4 platoons will support by fire along Phase Line Beach. 3 platoon will secure the tactical assembly area until 1 platoon begins the attack on objective link. Phase 3. 1 platoon will clear the small settlement and nearby area at objective link with the limit of exploitation being phase line sand. Once cleared, 3 platoon will seize objective link. 2 and 4 platoons will support by fire. 2 platoon will be prepared to assume clear task to objective link, should 1 platoon be reduced to combat ineffective. Phase 4. 1 and 3 platoons will consolidate northwest of objective link at phase line sand. 2 and 4 platoons will marry up with the rest of Lima Company. A running replan will follow. Groupings and tasks. 1 and 3 platoons will be responsible to advance on objective link. 2 and 4 platoons will be responsible to reduce the entrenched enemy through long-range fires. Note that we have for direct support fire missions and for close air support flights on call. We will use a combination of smoke, high explosive and targeted fixed-wing missions as combat multipliers. Orders end. Are there any questions? No. Good. Let's do this. Back to your call signs and prepare to move on my signal.
Alright, listen up, you heard the boss. We're going to take the southern approach down this valley using the high ground as cover as we approach to object the link from the south, heading straight north, clearing on the way, and we will break from the rest of the team at Waypoint Alpha and head down this way to southwest. Again, stay in the low ground, pop up, observe, see if we can take out targets at least down our approach, clear objective link, and if we have to, we will take out any enemy in this area, providing cover for the 3rd platoon to come through this avenue approach. 2 and 4 platoons are going to provide fire support from this area here on objective India. Any questions? Right now, let's head out. 1, and this is 1-1 Banshee now out. That's it. Oh, we have contact.
Reverse right. Steady. On. Identified. Gunner stable peak. Reverse right. Steady. On. Identified.
Woods.
Fire. On the way. Target. Re-engage. Big fire.
Looks like we have something up this right side here. Oh, yeah. Multiple contacts. Okay, let's jockey back.
Gunner ECC. Reverse left. On. Identified. Fire.
Steady. Steady. Alright, almost split.
Target marked.
Okay, let's move.
Out.
We're getting hit by GMs here. Back into the fight. Okay, let's go to 2. Let's left of this board here. Yeah, we have contacts. This area here. Down the whole room, let's go. Okay, reference stall tree in the middle. Let's head that way. So we come over this berm. Let's see what we see.
Gunner stable PC.
Yeah, we got 2 pieces here.
Fire. Clearly. Target. Cease fire.
Let's make sure this is dead. Okay, that was likely those 2 here. Okay, let's stay on this low ground. Southwest. Where's the other call sign? Let's just support. Let's hit objective link one more time. Stay on the low ground here. out.
Gunner GHPC from Earth's right. On. Identified. Relay. Fire. Away. Target. Re-engage.
Where's this guy?
Away. Target. Re-engage.
Really? 2
Fire.
hit range? Okay. Good. Good shooting, Gunner. Okay. Better advance. Let's go left of the obstacles here. Reference burning APC to our front. Left of that. Swing around. Okay, now we have something engaged. Final, second remaining call sign. Okay, we got some contacts. Let's see here. Tanks. Search for them. Okay, let's see objective range. Let's see the GM. Nice and slow here. Nice and easy. Okay, there's another vehicle. This is a small engine. Exhaust very good, right? Itself first. I think this guy's first. Let's see if he's dead. It's the gun moving. Likely at least a combat kill. Alright, where's the other one? Let's push. Sure, yep, that was definitely a kill. Okay, so 2 APCs, check them so far. Let's make sure this guy's dead. Let's see, for sure. Okay, let's look here. Cover of the buildings to our advantage. We get ambushed here. These guys could have dismounts with ATGs as well. Another contact. Right between the buildings. Okay, that one's done. These are 2. 1, this is 1-1 on objective link now.
Gunner
Clear
GHPC from Earth's left.
town.
On.
There's
Identified.
one platoon of APCs.
Away. Target. Cease fire.
Okay, we had 1, 2, 3, 4. One, this is 1-1. Enemy destroyed on objective link. Out. Let's restock here. Check the map. Okay, 3 platoon is heading up past Charlie and Delta. Looks like the tanks have gone quiet. But I don't see 2 and 4 platoon anymore on the map. Let's see if they send their sit rep soon. Okay, let's cover these guys' approach with smoke. And just for good measure, let's ensure that they don't get ambushed. Okay, once we're restocked, we are going to advance. South side. Stop the restock. Switch to Sable. Smoke just came in. That's good.
Gunner keep tank! Traverse right! On! Identify! Firepower Sabo! Target! Cease fire!
That was close call. Make sure this tank is dead. Okay, 3 platoon setting up. Stop right here. Let's take a quick look at what we got. So 2 out of the entire platoon, 3 platoon needs to get through. Okay, objective is now captured. Good. Drive reverse. Okay, let's reconsolidate that baseline sand. This is 1-1 at sand now. Out. Okay, let's check out the AAR.
And they marched over hills where the brave dare not tread. Their kilts in the windpipe tunes fill the air. They stomped so proud that the earth shook below. Across the highlands to the battle's fierce glow. 1, 2, 3. We swung our claymores till the enemy fell down. 1, 2, 3. steady and true, with the drums beating loud in the sky so gray and blue. They marched on and on, where the legends were born, to the sound of the pipes by the first light of dawn. Stomp, 1, 2, 3. Our tartans, they flew in the highland storm's crown,